That's MB.
And that's MB.
And we are the Loot Troop. Today we've got for you Captain America the Winter Soldier figure from Hot Toys. I'll leave MB to go through the walkthrough with you.
So we'll take it out. Arrived last week. Obviously not new, but with the rewards that Sideshow offered, I decided to get this at a knockdown price using the vouchers that the overseas collectors get. So every time you buy something with Sideshow, if you don't know, and you're an overseas collector, you get $25 put into your account, and that can be used on certain figures. So as soon as this bad boy dropped into that pool, it was a week of going Shala Shanta, and then it was a Shala, and we nabbed it. But this is an extra special unboxing, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've got two, so we'll start with this, and then we'll move on to this month's Loot Crate.
Yeah, Loot Crate themed cyber, but we'll leave that until we get to the actual Loot Crate. So let's crack on with this one.
Yeah. So we've cut the bottom to get it out, but it's your bog standard packaging that you'll have seen on all the unboxing. Not an exclusive this, but I am really excited about this figure because it's one of my favourite characters, and just been confirmed that he's going to be in Civil War.
Brilliant.
Which is pretty exciting, but we're going to get him out now. As always, packaged nice and tight in the Sideshow Hot Toys box, followed by the normal box there with Bucky on the front, always in the cellophane or plastic cover. That protects it from water damage, so we'll get that tore off. And as always, the box is really, really spot on. Bucky on the front there. This is like a shoebox type compared to the other ones that we've had. Credits on the back there. And again, smaller than what we've done previous, isn't it?
Yes, the box is definitely smaller.
I don't think you're going to get much feel in Groot, but
Possibly not. No, Groot was the biggest box I've seen so far, and
So-
the biggest figure as well.
we'll take the lid off and then we'll come back to the video in a second, give you a close-up of it actually still in the plastic and whatnot, and then we'll get it out and try and get it in some sort of pose, and I'll give my thoughts, MB will give his thoughts, and you can leave your thoughts in the comments and we'll go through what we think of it.
Right, we're back now, and here we are. We're unboxing the figure. We've took the outside packaging off the top, as you've already seen. The snazzy little package there, and then here we are with the actual figure. You can just see some sort of outside detail what the figure's going to look like there.
It's like a protective sleeve that just sits on top of the box.
Yeah,
And you take the
of the
sleeve
Winter
off.
Soldier character.
But it's great artwork, because it actually, that is the figure, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that is the figure. That's what he's going to look like. Let's see if this just lifts off.
And as per with the Hot Toy stuff, everything packaged separately, all set out,
Yeah, all the little pieces all in there.
different hands. See a couple of the really pleased it's got the little Uzi that he normally carries on his back.
Yeah, there's a couple of weapons detailed there. Different head, I think,
That's the
is
gun.
over
I
there.
think you think that's the gun that he fires to get, goes under Nick Fury's car, which is a nice touch. Put that in there. I mean, the weapons, looking at it coming down this side now, is
Yeah,
unbelievable.
There's some big guns up there. Big guns.
We like big guns. So we'll take this protective cover off the top. It always says the little warning there at the top about please read the instructions, blah blah blah. And we spoke about in other videos how to take the hands off and the heads off and whatnot, but we'll go through that in greater detail when we get this box opened properly. and we'll back in the 2 ticks. Top cover off. As you can see, we've come back to show you this because all the limbs on these figures are well wrapped, well protected. The head's superb. Couple of heads there which we'll get out, the little Winter Soldier gigs.
I'm quite impressed by the clothing on him. It's
Yeah.
very detailed, obviously proper clothing as we've seen with some of the other Hot Toys figures.
It's as close to like Star-Lord sort of
Yeah.
quality, you know.
The guns are all very detailed as well.
I mean, look at the little knee pads here. They are actually separate,
Yeah.
which is unbelievable. Size of a fingernail, but they do look like they are actual knee pads. So we're going to get him out, we'll lay out the accessories on the table, we'll have a look over it and we'll give our thoughts, hopefully get him into some sort of a pose. But yeah, really good.
And we're back, and we've unboxed the figure, took them all out, took all the packaging off, and MB's just going over the little accessories and everything that you get with them now.
Which is absolutely jaw-dropping, by the way.
So far, I've said earlier, in terms of accessories, I think this figure tops a lot for me because these accessories are absolutely mental. I mean, you've got everything from little guns, opening up, just pop that in front of the camera there, opening up, closing, even a little bullet inside if you can see that. There's everything. There's a big gun out here, extends, goes back in, little pump action works on it. Just clever little things that they've added to them. Revolvers, look at that.
I mean,
I mean,
if that didn't happen, you wouldn't even care, would you?
no, you wouldn't be bothered,
But
but
because it does,
it's amazing.
just-
It's absolutely amazing.
is
I
that
mean, look
proper
at-
metal? That one?
No, it's just plastic. This, but I mean,
That
look at
is
that for,
unreal.
for just a little add-on to an accessory. It makes so much difference to the figure. For me, anyway. This one doesn't really do much. It extends slightly, and the little thing goes up on the top. But in pure terms of accessories, I love this. Knives. Shiv and Phil's 9 to 5.
The problem with this is, with the other ones, and we'll have we always go over that when we get him set with the others, that collection's ongoing above MB's shoulder. It's an easy pick to choose what accessories to keep out. I had a little bit of play around this morning with Rocket and Groot, but it was still just a head change or something. With this, it's going to be hard not to show every single gun unless there's a
Yeah.
place on him for the guns, because they are that good. It's just,
Now I think slightly, looking at the figure, one thing I've noticed there, I'm just going to turn him on his side, is you've got a nice big holder for some guns there.
yeah. Oh, and on the back as well, which is
And on the back,
got to be
and
a
some more
doozy.
holders for some knives. So I think in terms of display, you're not really going to have any worries, because even on the other side of him, there's another holder there for another gun. So
That is unbelievable.
I'm quite taken aback by this because I didn't expect it to have so many accessories and for them to look so good. And the detail on the character, they've nailed the look of him just perfect.
Get in, close.
He looks absolutely fantastic.
He really does look like the guy who plays Bucky. Really good. And with the spare one here, if anybody wants to take it, the head sort of just clips off,
Yeah.
just like a magnetic
There you go.
scalp, and then you can clip on the Winter Soldier glasses, and then the hair back
There
on.
you go.
That's class. I mean, it's hard not to have him like that for
Yeah.
me.
But then you're spoiling the
I
work
know,
that they've
I
done on
know.
the actual
Head sculpt.
facial features of him. Welcome back. We've fully set up our Winter Soldier figure. Plastered accessories all over him because they go everywhere. and we're just giving you a little 360 now. I will share a few more thoughts on what we think about him. I'm very, very impressed, to be honest. I think the accessories, absolutely fantastic. Detail on the figure is absolutely amazing. And with the other Hot Toys figures, as with this one, I'm impressed with all the little clothing and everything on them. They are quality, and you're getting exactly what you're shelling out for them, really. And I'm actually blown away by it, to be honest. I think it's brilliant.
Yeah, it's sort of got me thinking. I mean, you just do when you buy these things. You're always like, get them, and because they are that good, you think, well, it's probably the best one I've got. But in hindsight, because of the die-cast Iron Man and the stand and everything, he was sort of shadowing it. And as good as Rocket and Groot were, I don't think they come close to Iron Man. I think second to Iron Man for me was the Star-Lord one, which you'll get a look at them on the shelf in a bit. But for this pose, we've just literally laden him with guns, and we've went with the actual Winter Soldier head mould with the added glasses that come, so you can actually have him with the face mask and the eyes on show, but we've put the glasses on. I'll swap that out, just to give you a look. So just a quick bottom to top of the front of the figure with the Winter Soldier mask on there before we swap that head sculpt off, and give you a quick look at the next one and how he stands. But he is really jaw-dropping, really good.
He stands very impressive in my eyes. I would buy that figure, just leave it there alone on the shelf. It'd be a shame to do that, but I would, because I'm very impressed with it.
He's a good villain though, isn't he?
Yeah, he's very good.
That film come from nowhere and changed the whole way I looked at the Avengers and whatnot, because I thought Captain America was quite a boring character and not a player, based on the films that had come before this film. And this sort of tossed everything up in the air, and all of a sudden it borders on being my favourite Marvel film.
It's definitely
unbelievable.
It's up there for me. I think probably Iron Man's my favourite, and then Captain America, Winter Soldier, Guardians of the Galaxy, and then Avengers after that. But in terms of baddies, yeah, he is up there, because I don't think the Marvel baddies have really been very good, apart from Kingpin in Daredevil.
Yeah,
I think has been hands down the best villain they've done, in my opinion. The movie ones haven't quite cut it in that respect, but then Daredevil dared to go where Marvel hasn't been before in terms of violence, I think.
So we'll swap this head out, we'll put the proper head sculpt, and then we'll have a quick look at it, we'll rate it, and we'll give you a look at the shelf so far. So this is the actual unhidden face sculpt of
Sebastian Stan.
Yes.
Sebastian Stan.
And I'll be honest with you, I popped it on, put it on the stand, we're chatting away about the movies, and I said it actually does make the figure a better figure to have this head sculpt on. It is so good.
Yeah, now looking at it, it's although the other head does look really impressive, and obviously looks like he's ready for action, it's a shame to hide the work that they put into the sculpt on the face, because they've nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. That does stand very impressive.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So we're gonna give our thoughts on this, final thoughts. Obviously, I think the bar was set high with Iron Man.
Yeah, the bar was set very high. Iron Man was the very first figure of Hot Toys that I've seen, and so far, out of the others in the collection, I don't really think anything came close to it, although I was very impressed with Rocket. I don't know why, because he's titchy compared to the others, but I just love that character. and now we've unboxed this one, and he's absolutely, it looks fantastic.
So we're gonna shift him about, give you a quick score, put him on the shelf with the other guys. It's a bit mismatched, the collection right now, but you can have a quick glance of it, and then we're going to move on to the Loot Crate. So that's the collection so far, and really are running out of shelf space. The one shelf was supposed to do it all. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen. It's an unbelievable figure. I'm so glad I got it through the discount, and I mean Loki was through the discount, which was, when I looked at his setup, he was really good as well. I think he's a good villain.
Yeah, Loki's really good.
So my score for these, looking at this, it doesn't beat the Iron Man figure, because it's just, I mean, we can recap just how good that face sculpt is,
Yeah,
the base is, but based on price wise, the price that I got it for, even at full price, the value on that figure is unbelievable.
yeah,
Because the detail's unreal. So where I jump straight in and score Iron Man 10 out of 10 hands down,
yeah. You've got to
because
score
it's
Iron Man 10 out of 10 as well.
die-cast, the accessories you get with it, everything else. Bucky now has dropped easy into second for me, because I had Star-Lord by an easy second.
Yeah.
I don't know what your thoughts are based on.
Well, if Iron Man's a 10 out of 10, and as you've seen, the sculpt's very impressive, and he lights up. Not just scoring him 10 out of 10 because he lights up, but he does actually light
Give
up.
an extra point because he lights up.
No, the sculpt is brilliant, and the detail on him is absolutely fantastic. But if I'm going to score the Winter Soldier out of 10, then I'm going to give it 9 Sebastian Stans.
Yeah.
I've got to.
Looking at him, he's about 6 foot
And
1,
that's
so 9
not-
Sebastian Stans is pretty big.
Yeah, and that's not diminishing the quality of any of the other figures, because they are all impressive. And I would probably score Star-Lord up there as well, equally the same.
Yeah,
And
he's
Groot,
good, yeah.
look at the detail, if you can pan over Groot, of
Yeah.
what's gone into him, and all the woodwork and everything, and little twigs and that sticking out. The work that they put into him is absolutely brilliant. And my little favourite there, old Rocket, love Rocket. And he stands with his little baby Groot and his big gun. And they are impressive, but yeah, for Winter Soldier, 9 Sebastian Stans. Got to.
So, what's your thoughts? You can see the collection now. It's starting to take shape. I'm pleased with what's going on. Every time I look at it, I get some sort of nerdy, geeky buzz. But leave your comments. Let us know what you think of it. Which one's your favourite? Do you want us to mark them? Do you want us just to comment on them? Would you like us to mark other aspects of the figures? Anything, we're doing this for you, so
Yeah, we're fans of all this nerd stuff, computer games, figures, everything, and we're doing this because it's a passion, and it's a nice little collection that we're setting up. So yeah, please rate, subscribe down below, leave some comments, help us to help you, tell us what you enjoy, tell us what you like to see, and we'll do our best to try and make it happen. Thank you very much. We are the Loot Troop.
au revoir.